Okay, today we are making Pavlova stacks. So first thing you need to do is get your baking tray. This recipe makes 4. I'm doubling it because I'm making it for home. But you need to grab one piece of baking paper and draw 4 circles. Now I've just used the back of some Tupperware and got a pencil and drawn around it. So if you're going to make it at home for more than just 2 people, you can do double it. So in my bowl, I have 3 egg whites. I'm just about to crack the last one. You do need to have these room temperature, so take them out earlier in the day. Cracking your egg white, making sure your white goes in one bowl and your yolk goes in the other. Do not let get any shell or anything else in there. Your next thing is you are going to beat this up. So using an electric beater, handheld mixer, whichever you've got, cream this for a good 5 minutes and then we're going to add some sugar. Now you are going to beat it, as I said, on high. It will take a few minutes and then you're going to add some caster sugar. You will need to add for 2 eggs, half a cup, for 4 eggs, a whole cup. The whole process will take you a good 5 minutes. So please use an electric beater for this. So you can see it's starting to foam on the sides. Now I'm going to start gradually adding some sugar, so just a little bit at a time. I'm not going to add it all in one heap. You can see it's starting to foam and aerate. The full cup of sugar for 4 egg whites, and it's been going now for about 2 minutes. You can see it's gotten a lot thicker, it's very shiny. I'm just going to stop it, lift it up and just check, seeing how it goes and seeing what kind of peak it is, if I've got a very stiff peak or just a soft peak. We're pretty much there. I'm just going to beat it for another 2 minutes just to make sure, because you want a fluffy meringue for your pavlova. And when you're feeling it here, you can feel straight away there's still some sugar granules. That's why we're going to keep beating it. That's why you need the full 5. let's check it out. Now you can see it's still on here. There's no more granules in there, so that's what we want. So to take it off, you can gently tap it on the side or use your spatula. Remember, if we were at school, there is no way I would let you lick anything, but at home, it is your parent stuff, so it's very different to what your rules are at home. Alright, once it's done and you're happy and the peak is nice and stiff, stiff peaks means it's not going to move after you've put it on something. So you can see like that. How I would test it and make you do it at school is I'm going to make you turn your bowl upside down, and if it doesn't fall out, you're good. If it does fall out, you know you needed to whip it more and you have to start again. So don't turn it over until you definitely know. Now you're going to divide that between your 4. Now remember, I've got 8, so I've got double. So 2 spoons, 1 to scoop, 1 to scrape. Now just like any pab, if you made pab at Christmas, you can just make it whatever kind of shape. You can flatten it down. It is not going to rise, so don't think it's like a cake. It's not going to rise and get bigger, and so if you have it nice and high like a big mound, that's how it's going to stay. If you have it flat, again, that's how it will stay for you. So try and use everything in the bowl unless you're the person that's going to clean the bowl later with your finger. Try not to waste. Alright. So you can flatten it down if you want. You can see it's not that, really doesn't want to play on the paper. Try and keep it all the same shape as your circle and keep it in your circle shape you did. If you can hear right now, my husband is licking the bowl. That's why you can hear it clinking. So make sure your parents are happy to share with you, because they will eat it all on you. Even though there is egg white in here, and we do need to be careful of raw egg white and what it's going to do. So that's why we cook it, and we don't encourage you to lick the bowl. No one wants to get sick. Alright, so now this goes in the oven at 100 degrees for, let me double check that, for 25 minutes. So after 25 minutes, turn it off, leave it in the oven until it is cold. Alright, in a heavy base pan, so make sure you've got a big, thick, sturdy base, you're going to add half a cup of water and a cup of sugar. Now you're going to put this on the stove on a medium heat, stirring it until the sugar dissolves. Okay, you can see here the water is starting to simmer on the side. You're going to go golden on the side, and that's when you know it's done. Once it starts boiling, you're going to have to make sure you turn it down, because you don't want it to crystallize on the side and burn everything on you. So our objective here is to dissolve that sugar, that murky, cloudy look. And once that's all gone, you'll start seeing just little tiny bubbles in there on the bottom, and then that's going to turn into your toffee. So it will take a little bit of time. So make sure it's not on super high, and just keep an eye on it. So you can see now the bubbles are forming, you've got the little boil, the murky water's almost gone. And now you're going to just watch for the sides for when it starts to get that little bit of golden. Once you get to that, you have to work really quickly, and you just need to keep an eye on it. You can give it a little swirl around every now and then, You don't need to put the spoon in now. Now this is where it gets really dangerous, and please make sure your parents are around because this can burn you seriously. So if you're doing this without supervision, like no adult in your house, please don't. So make sure someone is near you and keep an eye on it. Now this is hotter than obviously boiling, because you know sugar will increase the temperature. That's why toffee is very dangerous to do. So you can see on the side of the pot over there, it's starting to go golden. That's just that beginning bit what flicked up on the side. So what you're really looking for is along the edge of the bottom. Don't put your finger in there, and don't you dare burn yourselves. Now you can see I haven't put a spoon in for a while. I haven't done any stirring. I'm just letting it crystallize or turn into toffee on its own. If you put your spoon in now, you'll notice that you'll have little crystals on there, and that's where you might actually burn yourself. So just leave it alone for now. Alright, you can see it's starting to change colour. It's not clear anymore. It's got that yellowy kind of tinge happening. You're going to watch how quickly it changes. You see how many bubbles there are now. So once I've got the colour I like, we're going to turn it off, and then you're going to whisk in your cream. So I'm not taking it anywhere. I'm just going to leave it here on the stove and whisk it all in here. That will reduce my chance of me burning myself or anyone else on my way to the sink. Now if you leave it too long, you know toffee will go bitter. So you don't want to go past that light golden, because it will still cook as it's getting the cream into it. I'm just watching for the optimal colour. Look down here on the side, and you'll see how yellow that's gotten. You can see that's where it's going to go first, right on the edge. And I'm pretty much about to turn it off. You can even start smelling it. So here I've got that colour. I'm going to turn it off now because I know it's going to work super quick now. So once my bubbles are dropped, you can see how golden it is around the outside. By me swirling it around, I'm just moving that golden everywhere. It's not just on the edge. Okay, so adding my cream, whisking it in. Ooh. Be careful not to burn yourself or anyone else. You can see I've just turned the heat back on just to incorporate it. Make sure that toffee melts through the cream. So I can't feel it anymore, any big lumps. So you can just put it on low, wait for the bubbles to go down, and check if you're happy with it. Now if you wanted your caramel even darker, take it for another second darker. But obviously I'm not the biggest fan of a dark, bitter taste. So you can leave it in the saucepan until it is cold. Now it's not going to turn into a toffee because you've added the cream, but it will thicken while it's standing there. Okay, our next step is we're going to whip the cream. Now again, I've just used the KitchenAid bowl. Make sure it's clean and dry, and obviously if you've used it for the meringue, you've made sure everything's super clean in there. Okay, I am going to use 1 cup of cream. Now this is just the thickened cream, the pouring cream. Now remember, if this was for 2 people, I would only use half that amount. Going to add 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And I'm going to add a drop of vanilla essence. Well, this one's the extract. That was a big drop. Try and do a smaller drop. So you're going to start on low. Let the sugar just mix through a bit, and then do it fast. Now you want your cream at a nice, thick, fluffy texture, but don't take it that far that you turn it into butter, which is now impossible, so that's why I've added the sugar. So I've turned it to as high as it can go, and I'll tell you when to stop. So hopefully it's a nice stiff peak. So you can see it's stayed on there. You've got your little peaks like a little mountain. Now you can do this in advance, wrap it and put it in the fridge until your meringues are out and cool. So you don't need to do anything with it just yet. Alright, my timer just went off in my oven. So it has been over 25 minutes. So all I want you to do now is just turn it off. Do not open the oven, leave it in there for another half an hour or so. You want to leave it in there until it is cold. It will go crunchy and hard. If you take it out now, it's going to soak, like drop down and not have that crunch which you want for a meringue. Okay, your last step is to assemble your dish. So you're going to grab one of your pabs and you're going to get a dollop of cream. Now you can pick whichever fruit or whatever you like. So I've got a banana and then some berries. So up to you with whatever you've got at home to put on your little Pavlova stack. Really. Put some banana down. Then your caramel sauce. Now remember I made this earlier, so it has got nice and thick and it has cooled down. Now your recipe is called a Pavlova Stack. So your job is to put the second one on top. And repeat. So you don't have to use the same fruit if you don't have any, like something else, but you can if you want to. Oopsie daisy, that failed. If you do make a fail, make sure you clean that up with a cloth, okay? So enjoy your Pav stack, and I look forward to seeing how you guys go.